Mid-afternoon on 30th of April 2020, and this is my take on the coming Neptune retrograde, as Neptune is as we're halfway through the year almost, and it's looking at whom Neptune is affecting at the moment. Neptune's in Pisces. It's supposed to rule Pisces. It's supposed to be at its most comfortable in Pisces. I remember when Neptune was in Aquarius, and I was thinking, my God, this is awful. Can't wait for Neptune to move into Pisces. I thought then we'll see something done about the seas and the environment and the oil. Didn't think about viruses. Neptune deals with, on the negative side, it deals with toxins, viruses, poisons. It's about gullibility, escapism, avoidance, neuroses, deception, anxiety, irrationality. On the neutral side, Neptune deals with film and photography, art, music, fashion, ceramics, dance, theatre, anything that blends the physical and the spiritual. Anything that's creative and imaginal, whether it's literature, film or drama. On the positive side, Neptune is your own relationship with the divine, no matter how you experience the divine as being. Some people call it God or Buddha or Allah. Others call it the universe. I call it the upstairs department. Make of it as you will. It is your own relationship with spirit. It governs intuition, higher forms of imagination, and your link with divinity, however you choose it as being. Neptune supposedly loves being in Pisces. It is now 8 years, maybe 9 years into a 14-year stay. Neptune will move into Aries along with Saturn in 2025 and 2026, which will be the start of a new way of life. Could be the age of Aquarius, could be the new world order, but there's going to be massive changes between now and then, and over 2025, 26, when Neptune leaves the last sign of the zodiac and moves into the first sign of the zodiac, we will see the end of a 168-year cycle that will take us back to 1860, 1858, which is really when industrialization was taking hold. And we will see a whole new form of industrialization developing. Meantime, Neptune is standing still now at 20 degrees of Pisces, and he's going to go retrograde in middle of next month, all the way back to 18 degrees of Pisces, before moving forward again at the end of the year. So during this time, Neptune's going to be affecting a lot of people, about 8% of the world's population. Directly. So let's have a look. Who is hitting? Neptune is on the Sun at the moment of those people born around the 8th, 9th, 10th of March. And this is leading to a period of fatigue and weariness, confusion, tiredness, uncertainty, nebulousness. Things are slipping away, and it's just a messy time. However, if you're stopping trying to get achievements and get results, and instead sitting back, smelling the coffee, going with the flow, trusting in your own body, then this is a time where you can actually really sort of recharge your batteries and reboot your soul. It's a time where your dreams and imaginations are being extremely informative and very active. And yeah, I like this time a lot for most of you, as long as you're not immersing yourself in lots of alcohol, narcotics, chemicals, junk food, particularly lactose. Very strong time. Neptune is sextile the Sun of those Taurians born around the 8th, excuse me, 8th to the 11th of May. And if you're one of these people, this is a really good year for you. It's subtle, it's not dramatic, but it's a time where your imagination is really kicking in, where your ideas are being mixed with your own personal beliefs and philosophies, and you're coming up with new ideas that are much more refined, elegant, artistic, sophisticated. And if you're one of these Taurians born around the 8th to the 11th of May, you're in a really good space at the moment, and you can create from the imagination in a way that should then bring long-term results into your life. Neptune is squaring the sun of those people born from the 8th to the 11th of June. This is messy. Fatigue, weariness, confusion. The more you're trying to hang on to people, situations and environments, the more they're slipping from underneath through your fingers like sand and water. There's a sense of dissolving and confusion, and nothing seems permanent. That's why this is a lousy year for signing any type of long-term contracts. And if you're born from the 8th to the 11th of June, it's also a lousy time for doing marathons or pushing your body too hard. Neptune is trining the sun of those people born from the 10th to the 12th of July. And if you're one of these, then this is actually a really good time where, without even really trying, you're going to be finding that there's a sense of flow, a natural flow and harmony, where everything seems to be developing sort of on course, on pace, that your intuition says things are going well. And you know what? There's a really good case here for saying if it's working, don't fix it. Neptune is inconjuncting the sun of those people born from the 10th to the 12th of August. And if you're one of these people, then you may be suffering one or two weird symptoms, strangeness, where you know that something's not right, but you can't put your finger on it. There can be strange symptoms where you just feel all of a sudden absolutely exhausted. And there is a case here for sleeping more and taking a lot more hot baths than normal. Rest your body. This is not a year for being overly projective and assertive. Neptune is opposite the sun of those Virgos born from the 10th to the 13th of September. You're knackered. You're exhausted. You're not flat out. You're not dead. You're not flat. You will recover, but this is not a year of growth and expansion. It is a year where you're going to find that you wake up after 9 hours sleep and you're still absolutely exhausted, at which point you throw a sickie, you go and have a hot bath, and you go back to bed for the rest of the day. This will happen on average one day at a time every 3 months. If you listen to your body and don't burn out, you'll be fine in a year's time. But for 3 or 4 times over the next year, you're going to find that you're exhausted. This can also have an effect on the glandular system, particularly the thyroid. And anybody who's being affected by Neptune this year, if there's thyroid issues in the family, it's a really good time to get it checked. And particularly with these Virgos born around the 10th to the 13th of September, if your eyesight is deteriorating at the moment, don't get it fixed. Wait until this time next year, because then the deterioration will have stopped, and then you'll be able to get it fixed for the long-term future at an inexpensive way. Neptune is inconjuncting the sun of those people born from the 11th to the 13th of October. And again, there's a sense of weariness and fatigue, but it's almost as if you're feeling disempowered. It's almost as if there's nothing you can do to change your situation. So rather than banging your head against a brick wall, step back from arguments, disagreements, confrontations, and just kind of let the world get on without you, and just step back and concentrate on your own physical well-being at this time. You'll be really glad you did. Neptune is trining the sun of those people born from the 10th to the 12th of November. Again, this is an excellent position. This is bringing a sense of harmonious, intuitive flow where your dreams, your instinct, your imagination, your creative output, it all seems to be flowing. And the more you're doing things without trying to logicalize and rationalize it, just because it feels right, the more you're on course. Neptune is squaring the sun of those people born from the 9th to the 12th of December. As with one or two others, check your glandular levels if there's a history of glandular disorder in the family. If the eyesight is going downhill by 2 to 3%, I'm not surprised, and don't get it fixed till next year, because then the deterioration will have stopped. It is a time where you will have sporadic periods of fatigue and weariness, and it is not a good time for getting out there and getting down the gym or punching iron or doing marathons. You just don't have the physical energy. Spend more time in bed, have lots of hot baths. You'll be doing yourself a big favour. And finally, Neptune is sextiling the sun of those people born from the 9th, 10th, 11th of November. And wrong. 9th, 10th, 11th of January. And these are people who are in a very good position. Having had Pluto on your sun over recent years, you've kind of got rid of a lot of the poison and you've detoxed, and now you're in a position to remold yourself in an ever purifying, cleansing, sophisticated, elegant, refined way, almost aesthetic. So if you're one of these people born on the 9th to the 11th of January, you're in a really good position this year to create something that's much more a statement of who you really are rather than who anyone else wants you to be. Neptune in Pisces is changing our attitudes towards the environment. It's changing our attitudes towards the way we manage our own lifestyle management, health, hygiene, diet, nutrition and exercise. And perhaps more than anything else, it's giving us the conviction of our own imagination and our own beliefs, and it's encouraging us, each and every one of us, on our own, to develop our own personal relationship with divinity, however we experience the divine as being. I know Neptune in Pisces at the moment is a weird thing, but overall in history we'll look back on it and we'll see it as a good time for personal spiritual growth and development.